Okay, here we are. Sun is rising. I'm still here on the road, and I'm going to head north away from where I think I'll be interrupted. I got to be careful of creatures. Obviously, other players have been out here, so I got to be careful. My first goal again is food. Remember, after a while, I'm going to get too hungry, and I'm going to starve to death. So how do I know that? Well, one thing you can do is you can type the letter T as in to talk, and use the command /hunger. What this will do is down in the left hand corner it'll tell you how much hunger you have. I have 45 right now. Now if I get up to 100, I'm going to begin to take damage from starving. Okay, so I need to find food before that reaches 100, and you'll get used to knowing how long that is and what to do. So I'm going to keep going north. Now as you can see, people have been out here, so I got to get into the wilderness. This to me is almost like not wilderness anymore because I'm seeing houses and castles and things like that. I know I'm heading north from the road, but I need to get to a place where I can kind of be left alone. And that's what I recommend at the very beginning, is find a place where you can be left alone. So I'm trying to stay away from people, and I'm going to try to go north. Now one thing to keep in mind, if you're playing Minecraft, you may have a different texture pack, so yours might look a little different. I am using Rabid Pig's texture pack right from the server. This is, Rabid Pig is the king of Avalon, one of the main cities that is here. And he put together a texture pack that he likes to use, so I'm just using that to record this video. So here I'm just traveling, and in this type of server, unlike maybe a single player, I need to travel far enough to get kind of away from where people are, just in the beginning, just so you can get some skills up and you can find some food and get some work done. Okay, so really I think this is probably a pretty good place. Let me get through this water here a second, and I can maybe, first thing I need to do is I'm looking for pigs. I'm keeping my eye out for pigs, and now I think I'm far enough that if I start chopping down some wood, that'll be a good start. So, I need some wood. I know you gotta be careful. Creatures are here, they can kill you. Let's punch down some trees real quick. Now, when I say you have to skill up, it means when you first start out, all you can use is wooden tools. This server requires you to work your way up through levels before you can use the more advanced tools. Okay, so how do I work skills up? Well, by doing things in that skill. So if I want to work woodworking up, I just chop down wood. That's a great way to work wood up. If I want to work up mining, I go and I mine rock and ores, you know, like stone or iron, gold, things like that, redstone, lapis lazuli, diamond, those kinds of things. If I want to work up farming, then I do things that have to do with farming. Okay? There's lots of commands that I'll try to show you throughout the tutorial. But I'm going to start with woodworking. So one thing I recommend, grab some dirt real quick too. And remember, I'm always keeping my eye out for pigs because that's how I'm going to get food at first until I can build a farm, which I find to be the best way to kind of keep food going. Now I need a little bit of dirt because this is what, as a new player, one of the best things you should do is when you're gathering wood, make sure to gather the wood from the tree and don't just leave it all standing up. Gather all the wood and replant trees. I think that's one of the biggest things I don't see players do, and then it makes the world look a little too plain. If you're going to take a tree, go ahead and plant a tree. Okay, so here I've got some wood. I'm going to go ahead and use those to make a crafting table. I could use that one over there, but I'm going to assume you know how to do these things, turning wood into stuff. I'm going to make a crafting table real quick. And I'll make an axe, a wooden axe, because that's the only type of tool I can use right now. So I'm going to make those. Oh, actually I'm going to do this first. I'm going to need some of those. So the first thing I want to do is I want to build some wooden tools that I'm going to use. And I'm actually going to need a bunch of them because I'm going to run out of them pretty quick. So I'm going to have a few axes. I'm going to have a few shovels so that excavation can be leveled up. I'm going to have I'm going to need a sword for combat because I want to level my combat up. Maybe I'll make a couple of those. And I'm also going to need picks. So I'll make some of those. And there. Now I have enough wooden tools to get started, and that's really what you need. Alright, I'm going to take this with me. Okay, so I'm keeping my eyes out for my 3 goals. Food, safe place to level my skills up. Alright, so I need to replant this tree because I tore it down and I don't see a sapling yet. Oh, I've got one in my inventory. So I'm going to drop a sapling down. I replanted. Okay. Now, the best thing for me to do is to continue getting wood and to level up my woodcutting skill. Eventually, you'll be able to get to stone axes and then iron axes and then continue on. So here, I need that dirt again a second. And this is how I'm going to do. So I'm going to find a place where I can just level these skills up and then just begin to learn about the server and the people on the server. Start to think about where I want to live and what I'm going to do. I eventually need some shears so I can just making sure I get a few of these saplings. Okay. So replant those. Alright, so I'm still looking for pigs. And while I'm looking for pigs, I can be gathering materials. So I can be doing different things to gather materials. Let's see if I can find some pigs. I also want to kind of get to a spot where it doesn't look like other people are playing at the moment. I like to be out in the wilderness while I'm kind of leveling up. Here I keep running into people's structures, so I don't really want to hang out until I know them. You know, if I can make friends with them and then this seems like a safe area, then I might actually stay here. If not, I'm going to keep going. I really need to find some food. So, I need either pigs, I need to farm, or I can fish. Pigs, farm, fish, oh I guess, or mushrooms. That'd probably be another way to do it. Alright, just keep going. Should be some piggies somewhere around here. This little valley might be a good spot for me. But I need food. And if I'm not going to find pigs, then I'm going to probably need to get a farm going, or I'm going to have to get some fishing going, which I'll need string and sticks for. But it looks like I could mine here, although it looks like some people have already been here. But that's okay. They didn't go too far. I have a torch now. I can grab that because somebody left it. It can become mine. Alright, so I think what I'll do is, how much time do I got? Okay. I have water. So one thing I could do is I could start a little farm here. Although farm right out in the open is sometimes tough because somebody could come by and destroy it. Animals could destroy it. Somebody could come by and harvest it. So I may not want to do that. So I may want to hide the farm. Just gather some more wood because I know I'm going to need that. Alright. Let's get my block of wood. There we go. Make sure I replant. I really need pigs. Keep looking around here. Now again, I'm going to keep track of my hunger by using that T and then slash hunger. I'm at 50, so I went up 5. Not too bad. Alright. You would think I would find some pigs. Oh, I see some cows. Oh, no, pigs. Perfect. It's just what I was looking for. Alright. Pork chops. My first source of food. Just what I needed. Come here, piggy. Come here, rabid piggy. Gotcha. Alright. Cooked pork chops are better than uncooked, but you can use uncooked in a pinch. I like this little mountain area I had back over here, so I'm going to head back over there. And I like just kind of where I'm at here. It's kind of secluded, hard to see me. So I think this is where I'm going to set up for now, until I realize where I really want to go. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to farm, and I want trees, and I want a place that I can mine so I can level up my skills. This looks perfect for what I'm doing, and it's out of the way. So one thing I would do is take my shovel, and I'm going to build a farm. And I think what I'm going to do is I want this water, but I can't really move water because at this level I can't use a bucket. I'm brand new, and you have to be a landowner to use a bucket. So, but one of the things I could do is I can get the water to move. Okay. So I know if I go through there and come out right over here, I can get that water to come in. So that's what I'm going to do. I want that water to come in here. So I'm going to dig over to that water. Now, why would I do that? Well, because I want to make a farm that I can secure and have that's underground. And I'm going to do that with this torch for now. Give me light. And I'm going to make a farm in here that will be my farm, and hopefully nobody will stumble on, that I can use for a while until I have safety. Because on a PvP server, you never know who's going to come by and ruin your stuff. Did I lose my shovel already? Wooden tools go by very quickly. There's my water. Alright, so... Alright, now what I want to do also is I'm going to need just some dirt. So, or you won't be able to dig gravel until you level up. So for excavation, you need to level dirt. So the best way to do that is to go dig dirt and sand, and it will level up quickly using my shovels. And you can go from stone to iron, or I mean stone to coal, then to iron, I believe then to gold, and so on. And you can find out more things about that. I probably shouldn't do that, but maybe I'll let that in for now. I need this dirt because I want to make this a secure cave, and I need it for farming. I'm working, pretty much what I'm doing is I'm working to secure a stable food source. Once I have that, I can really focus on my other skills. But it's kind of paying off that while I'm building this food source, I'm leveling up my excavation by digging dirt. I'll put the list of commands in the description so that you kind of know how to check what level you were at. To give you an example, right now I might want to know what level excavation I'm at, and I can type in T and then /level E for excavation, and it'll tell me I'm currently level 12. When you start out, you're going to be level 1, and that's going to increase the more stuff you dig. Alright, so here I'm going to use this as my farm. I need to make this safe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this cave. I want to make it look like it's natural, because I'm hoping players don't stumble onto my cave and my farm while I'm gone. Okay, so right now it kind of looks like the side of a mountain. Just kind of randomize it out a little bit. My water's underneath. you might not know that it's there. Okay, and then when I want to go in, I just dig through because I know it's here, and then I replace it back again. Okay, so now I have a little farm area that I can work in here during the evenings, and I can do things at night, and then come back in here when I need to come in here. So what am I going to do? Well, first thing I need to do is I'm going to put my farm in this area near the water. Why do I want water? It makes farms grow better. So I'm going to use this as my farm area. Then I'm going to use this to dig and level my skills up. So I'm going to need a place for my crafting table. So we'll put that right here for now, and I can move it later. One thing I want right away is I want to be able to cook the pork. So while I'm here, I'm just going to clear out some stone. Wooden pick. This is helping my skill go up, plus it's giving me the cobble I need to build. Now if somebody stumbles upon this area, they are going to be able to do something to it. So you're just going to have to take that risk at first until you can build a secure area. So I always recommend building kind of what I think of as stealth places until you can buy land which is protected, and then you won't have to worry about hiding it. Alright, so I think I have enough for that. I want to get my pork chops created here, so I'm going to go ahead and make a furnace. Put that there for now. Now I don't have anything to put in there. I don't have any coal yet, so what I'll probably have to do is use a log or a plank and cook my pork chop. Once it's done, I can go ahead and eat my pork chop, and then I'll show you how it changes the hunger. There's that. So now I'm going to eat the pork chop. If you watch on the left-hand side, it says you feel better after eating. Your hunger is now 14. So I went all the way from probably somewhere around 55 or 60 all the way down to 14 because I ate a cooked pork chop. That is the first important thing. Different food will give you different levels of hearts back and cure your hunger. One thing to keep in mind is that when you're eating food, if you're on a protected road, you will get your hearts back, but you won't address your hunger. So I always make sure I go about 4 to 5 blocks off a main road to eat to make sure it also satisfies my hunger. I think that's just kind of a glitch at the moment for hunger. Okay, so right now it's still light out, so I could still be working outside, which would probably be a better thing than working inside. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Be nice if I could find some coal. If not, I could make some charcoal. Now to smelt things, you also have to increase what we call a forgery skill. I'm just going to leave that like that for now so I know I'm coming back. And I'm going to just start leveling up my skills. I've got a food source. So I'm going to get my wood because I need to get wood up. And I'm going to use it for a burning source until I find coal. These trees are taller, so I've got to make sure I have a little bit of dirt. There we go. If you want to interact with other people on the server, you can use T and then talk to people, which is how you'll get to know different people. Eventually you'll make some friends and you'll probably end up living near them or with them. I need is seeds. I don't know why I'm getting this lag. Sometimes on really busy nights, when there's a lot of people on the server, you can get a little bit of lag here and there. You just got to kind of work through it. I'm never going to pass up an opportunity for some pork chops. Once I have my farm up, it's not as big a deal. But in the beginning, when you're starting out, it's important that you keep a decent food source. Come here, little piggy. And these are rabid piggies anyways, so we need to put them down. They just look that way because of the texture pack. There's nothing special about them. Oh, there's a road here. I gotta be careful. I'm kind of close to a road. And keep my eyes out for coal, things that might be useful. I don't want to dig out too much around here because I don't want to be found right now. So I'm just going to kind of stay in my area. And, oh, you know what I'm missing is seeds for my farm. I don't know if that's because I'm not seeing them or there's none here. Let's keep looking. I'm not seeing any tall grass, which is interesting. Usually you will see grass, and then you can hit the grass to get seeds for your farm. But why don't I see any? That's weird. I wonder if it's the texture pack? I'm not seeing any. Let me pause here a moment. I'm going to load another texture pack because I just want to see if the problem is I'm not seeing them or there really is none here. So I'm going to pause the recording and I'll be right back. Okay, so I searched around in a different texture pack. I didn't see any there either. So it must be that I'm in a pine woods, maybe in a snow biome area or near it, and I'm not seeing those tall grass where you typically would get seeds from. But let's see if I use my crafting table, maybe, what's the wrong one here? Maybe just using the hoe will allow me to get seeds from grass like normal, like you used to do it. So let's go ahead and make some planks so we have some more. And we'll use a few of my sticks here. Looks like I don't have any, so I'll make some. And I'll make a wooden hoe, which remember you have to use the wooden tools until you can work your way to the next tool set. So I'm going to make 2 of those to try them out. It's going to get dark here, so I'll start working in here pretty quick. But let's just see. Now, normally I wouldn't do this right where I'm working because I don't want people to realize that I'm here. But for experiment's sake, I just want to find out. This is the way to kind of get up farming, one of the ways, plus just picking up farmed wheat. I might actually have to go far enough in another biome to acquire some seeds. That's okay. Again, this is only one way. I could fish, I could continue to find pigs whenever I need them, or I could look for tall grass and seeds and then plant them for bread and wheat. Alright, so I guess in this area, I'm going to have to rely on pork and fishing, which is fine. Those are viable too. So it's dark. I should begin to work on my mining skill while it's dark and work on my other skills while it's light. So let's go ahead and board myself up here, or dirt myself up. I'm kind of worried about this area up here, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what's here. Because I want to know, and there's some coal that I could eventually. So this area, which I want light to come in, but I don't want things to drop on me. So I think what I'll do is I'll just cover this up a little bit. Enough that something won't drop in on me. Okay. Now it's going to get dark, so I'm going to go back down to where I have some light. Now at first, you're not going to be able to dig out coal until you've dug out a ton of stone, or enough stone that you've made it to, I believe it is level 5. So how do I get to level 5? Well, I make a bunch of wooden picks, and the best thing to do is to carve out a nice big stone room. Doesn't really matter that you don't need the stone. It doesn't really matter that you can't do much else, because I just need to get my skills up. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So if I want to know how high my skill in mining is, I can type /T/level M for mining, and it tells me, hey, I'm at level 34, you're going to be at level 1, and you need to get to level 5 so that you can do coal. You get to level 10 or something like 7 or 8 to use better picks and do more ore and that kind of thing. So what's recommended, now that I have a pretty good food source, I'm keeping track of my hunger because I've got enough pork chops. For the evening, I'm just going to dig a nice cobblestone quarry until I'm leveled up. So you might say, well, how do I know how much I'm going to level up? I've showed you the command to show you what you're at, but there's also a neat command that you can use which is called notify. So I can type in T/notify, or I'm sorry, level space notify. This turns on experience enabled, so every time I do some type of action that will grant me experience, it will tell me in the bottom left hand corner how much I'm getting. So now I can tell how much I'm getting. I can use the other command to tell me how much I need, and I can sit here and level my skill up. So let's pretend at this point I've done that, and I'm level 5, I believe now. Let's see here. Level unlocks mining, M for mining. So I'm going to get the stone pickaxe at 8, the iron at 12, the gold pickaxe at 20, and the diamond at 30, and I know that it takes different levels for you to mine coal. Now if you try to mine something that you can't do, what will happen is you will get an error message. If I couldn't do this gravel, it would give me an error message saying I don't have the right level. You won't be able to move gravel right away. You'll have to work up your excavation skill before you can do that. So everything has skills. And the key is in your first day, or even your first several days, is to work those skills up. It doesn't really matter how. I'm just beginning to gather materials, and I'm beginning to work my way up level-wise. Okay, so do this over a few days. Build up your food supply. Okay, if it's creating an underground farm, then you can do that. If it's hunting for pork chops in the day or fishing in the day and then mining at night, then do that, so that you're constantly leveling your skills up. Level up your woodworking by cutting trees, level up your mining by cutting through rock, and then go to coal, which is the best way to really level up. And then make sure you're also leveling up smelting, or what we call forgery in the game. So that's by putting the stone you're getting and dropping it in to create smooth stone, which is the best way. Once you've done enough forgery, you can go from smooth stone. The next best piece is to go to glass from sand, and then to go to iron ore or whatever. Alright, so I really think that if you use these first 3 or 4 game days, and I don't mean like you have to spend 3 or 4 days in Minecraft before you do anything else, but this is just a good way to start. Now while I'm doing this, I'm going to be watching chat at the bottom, and I'm going to be learning about people. I'm going to find out the people that like to kill other people. I'm going to find out the people that like to help other people, and I'm going to find out maybe those people that I want to maybe get to know, and maybe I'll move out to there. Now, once we get high enough levels in our mining and our excavation, which is digging, and all the other things, we get up into the 10s and 12s, those kinds of levels. The game kind of opens up for you. And at that point, you kind of have a new set of goals. You can work on your goal number 3. This has all been about goals number 1 and 2. So now we can really work on goal number 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave here for now. And I'm going to go to where I'm at, which is where I just have a quick little building. And I'm buying land. So that I can, this land I have bought. Place my flower back. There we go. Okay. So I currently bought some land, and what that means is that on this land, other players can't destroy it, and they can't place blocks. They can't do things here on this land. Now they could walk around in it, but that's about it. Okay. So eventually, with this land that I have bought, I can build my structures and they can be pretty safe. And I've picked a place out in the wilderness that I wanted to buy some land out away from people. Now I could have chosen a different route, and I could have chosen to go to a city, and I could live in one of the big cities. If you want to know about those cities, you can see my other videos of the city tours, and you can get a chance to look at those. But how did I get this? Well, what I did was I needed trade bars, and once I had enough trade bars, I could buy this lot of wild land from the server. And basically, I talked to an admin to do that. But how did I get trade bars? Well, once I had my skills up, the first thing I did is I made sure I got my skills up high enough that I could mine iron, which I thought was the quickest way to make good money. Once I did that, I found cave systems dotted throughout the land, and I would go in those cave systems and I would mine iron. I would bring that iron back, I would smelt it, and once I had enough iron, like this chest here, I was just in a cave, and I came out of the cave and I got this little set here. I've got a stack of iron, a little bit of gold, and some diamond. Now I was able to do that because my skills are high. You're not going to be able to do that until your skills are higher, but you can go after iron pretty early on. Then I will take this iron and I will go to a town that has a good price for iron, and I'll sell it. What they'll give me is trade bars, and then I can type in T/money to tell me how many trade bars I have. Right now I have 950 because I just bought a bunch more land and I spent all my money. In the case of this land, what you can do here is to buy a piece of wild land, you're going to need a minimum of 3,000 trade bars. That's a 10 by 10 spot, which is the minimum amount of land you can purchase out in the wild. Okay? It is cheaper if you want to buy in a city, so you may think about just saving up enough to buy in a city, and then you can build a house there, or you can save up 3,000 trade bars, and then you can buy out in the wilderness. Once you've bought your land, the other nice thing is you have the /home command now that you can teleport home. From there, the game really opens up, and you can play it in many different ways and many different styles. But I think that's good enough to get you started in a quick tutorial on the World of Eldin. So just to recap, your goals in the very beginning are to find a source of food, to find a safe place away from players that may try to kill you, to level your skills up, and then once you have your skills leveled up sufficiently that you can actually start getting iron and other ores, you can begin to sell those precious items to the city stores to gather money, and with that money you can buy your piece of land, and then you can build to your heart's content. At that point, you can then begin to look at the server and look at the people that are on it and really decide how you want to interact. Do you want to be the Jeremiah Johnson who lives out in the woods and doesn't really interact with other people? You can do that. If you want to be part of a city and you want to be in the guard, or you want to be a knight or a squire, and you want to be in the militia and you want to do the things with the city, then you can go live in a city and you can do those things too. If you want to create your own city, and maybe your overall goal is to create a city and then an empire and a massive army that's going to take over the server, you can do that too. It's all up to you and how you play. But I think if you use these few little tips I've showed you, it'll help you in the first few days of being on the World of Eldin and getting to know the people on the server. I think the game experience will be a lot more fun for you. So thank you for watching. This has just been a quick tutorial, and my name was Ragemore. I'm also on the World of Eldin server, and I hope to see you out there. Hopefully not with a sword at the end that we're crossing. Maybe we'll be friends. We'll see. Thank you for watching.